It is a brand new day for another brand new creations. But before we actually proceed, I want to tell you guys that this is a whole new setup that I'm trying to work with. If any issues occur in the video that renders it either between borderline unwatchable or a mild inconvenience, I am very sorry and I'll fix it in the next video. But anyways, I'm thinking of building two flesh beings that are named Flesh Prison and Flesh Panopticons. Actually, I think they're structures more than actual living thinking beings. So instead of going to the creature creator, I'm thinking we go to the house creator. Entertainment, factory, house, city hall. I'm thinking they're more like houses because, you know, they're kind of housing the prime souls. But before we get into this video, guys, join my Discord server. Okay, that's it. Enjoy the video. So, let me get an image of Flesh Prison because my demented ass cannot remember all the details of Flesh Prison. Okay, I got the image. So, the beginning of the pillar is kind of big. So, I'm thinking this would be good for it, yeah? Kind of weird to be using a roof for the floor, but alright. Now we just need something that is plain long and we can put stuff on it. We can't like put anything on these, right? This part I remember betrayed me when I was making... What was I making? Benjamin, right. I was making Benjamin and I can't put anything on it, right? Yeah, that sucks. But we have learned ever since and we actually do not need stuff to be standing on something to go higher. We can simply hold control and it just goes up by itself. It's like it's levitating, dude. Well, I mean it is, but with control, you can make even better creations. And also, can I rotate this? Because I kind of need a, what's it called? Rhombus? Diamond? Whatever. When I hold tab for more parts, it does not show any other circles. So are you telling me that the rotating thing in all directions with buildings just can't happen? If that can't happen, then oh, we might have a problem.
A few moments later.
Okay, something I have figured out right now. You can't make any of the bodies or roofs rotate in all directions like when you hold tab, but small parts like, what is this? What are these called? Details? You can just do anything you want to them, which is weird. So we gotta forget about the bodies. It doesn't get bigger than that. Okay, wait, no, it does get bigger than that. Okay, we got this little pyramid in the air and I'm gonna copy it and then raise it and rotate it 180 degrees. Now it looks like a risk of rain enemy. Now I'm gonna make it stick to this one. Okay, that's good. But now you see the problem here. Because the pyramids are kind of small. And if we're really going to be working with those, then we are gonna have to shrink everything else. So we're gonna be making this a little flesh prison, when in reality it's not even little. This is good looking, so if we were to zoom out to original, it's that tiny. But it looks not so off when we're zoomed in, so that's gonna be alright. I think the proportions are right now. So what, bro? Hello? I just wanna rotate you, man. Okay, I guess I won't rotate it then. You know what? Yeah, this makes the duration look right. This thing has like outlines on its lines. And these two have to float in the air. Well, not go inside it because that way I can't see it. Man, this is actually proving to be a real challenge. Okay, it is in place. Now we just do that. Perfect. Now I need an extra of you and we do the exact same on the other side. Now we copy another one, rotate it 90 degrees, then bring it here. Right. This looks super smooth if I do say so myself. But I can't do the same thing for like these angles because they just refuse to rotate in those angles, so we're just gonna have those for the red borders, I guess. Now the most difficult part I think is going to be the mouth and teeth. First of all, this is spore. You can't like dig into parts to make it have a little dent, so I'm gonna have to build on it, which is obviously going to be terrible. But like, what else can we do? Not make it? I wonder if I can use a door or a window for the mouth. If I could just make the mouth a window, that would be kind of funny, not gonna lie. Okay, I'm gonna paint right here because I'm kind of getting confused on what parts I put on it. Have this texture for now because why not? I feel like I really have to make it look like a carving. Oh crap, I just discovered some key for building. Shift is for horizontal free roam for the part and control is vertical. That would make sense honestly if control is like that and shift would be for horizontal. You know, if the comment section never existed or mentioned these building tips, none of these creations that I have made so far would have been real. So thank you. Also, I don't know what I'm trying to do with this. Blocks can be as small as that. Okay, that is interesting. Why can I... What? Hello? Put it on it. Okay, why is stuff acting so weird? I gotta drag this a certain way for it to be able to land here. You try to make anything slightly advanced in Spore, it just breaks, man. What even are some advanced creations that Maxis themselves have made? Like, I'm genuinely curious. They have garden hedges. Okay. They got jungle fences too. Wow. And they got a whole left arrow. Wait, do they have right arrow? They do have right arrow. Wait, this is so unnecessary because you only need to make one arrow and just rotate it in the building that you place. There was no need to make two of them. No, forget that. I don't care what Maxis has made. For the teeth, we could use the fortified flare. Why not? I mean, obviously we can't make a carving for it to look like it has a mouth, so might as well just give it teeth and then move on. Oh, the arrow makes it bend. That is helpful in making it look like it has teeth. Wait, but what the hell goes on down there? I don't want that part. What is it doing down there? What if somebody wanted it to bend and didn't want those thingamabobs under it? Huh? Why did they never think of somebody suddenly going in Spore and making flesh prison named TondarYZD? Huh? Why didn't they think of that? I know an EA employee is watching. Answer me in the comments. Why did nobody ever think of that? Well, we can't have bent teeth then. Okay, I'm gonna copy that one and spin it 180 degrees and hold control to make it go up, and then shift for it to go this direction, and then control again for it to go down into the other teeth. Well, would you look at that? Now we got teeth on our flesh prison. Or should I say, not even a flesh prison. This thing looks nothing like what it is from ULTRAKILL. You know what? Let's just paint it. Let's just paint it and then we'll talk about how dog shit the technological limitations of Spore are. Okay, it doesn't look like in the video because I'm probably gonna cut this part of me choosing colors, but I've been sitting here for 3 minutes finding the correct color shade for whatever color flesh prison has. Oh man. Spore was not made for ULTRAKILL creations. You know what? This looks kinda right. Well, if I go a little darker on it, what's gonna happen? Yeah, that looks right. Okay, finally, I found the color. And then we make the pillars around it plain red. Well, a little darker red. Something like this. No, even darker apparently. Something like this. Okay, yeah, that works. Man, I am most definitely not proud of this one. Well, look at this, guys. This is the flesh prison that we could make. Oh wait, before I forget, it has a little something on top called EP. So we lift this up, rotate it, shrink it, boom. It is done. Now it's complete. This is not flesh prison. You know, I shouldn't be really complaining about the technological limitations of Spore at this point for the millionth time, because obviously we all know this game came out in 2008, as I've said a million times also. We just can't do that 100% accurately, but I mean, you can recognize this is flesh prison, right? Also, wait, let me make a little change. As if it matters. Okay, now it is complete. I'm going to name it... What can randomizer even give me? Proletlearn, Boltori, Lausetor, Metreon. Who even uses the random names function, bro? I'm gonna call it Meat Jail. This is nothing like Flesh Prison. It doesn't even match its superiority. This is Meat Jail as a building, not as a creature. We cannot even make shapes in Creature Creator. Good thing I came in Building Creator. I'm out of here. Now, let us start again, but with a very simpler creation. And it is the Flesh Panopticon. Flesh Panopticon is going to be very convenient to make because it doesn't have any of those diamond on a stick, very complicated structure. It has none of that. It's just a simple cube on a stick. I am hoping the recording is going well, by the way, and OBS isn't shitting itself. Now let's see, just a simple stick, huh? We just take a tube cabin and we slap it on the center, make it this small but this long, actually wait, a little bigger, rescale it with these arrows, and that's already 50% of the creation. And we only take cubicle and we slap it on the stick. I'm already feeling how this is going to be way better than flesh prison. Now we go for the teeth, which again we're gonna be using fortified flare for. This time it actually sticks to it and I don't have to do some mental gymnastic for it to look right. We only place one here and we copy it and place it right next to it. And then we copy this one as well and do the same thing. Okay, that's one side complete for the teeth. Now we also copy this again, rotate it 180 degrees, and then we place it in between there. And we copy it again and repeat. Well, I'm gonna copy and paste this process 3 more times and we'll see then. Okay, after like 7 minutes, I think I'm finally done with the teeth. Anyways, it has a couple eyes that I'm seeing. What even fits for an eye? I'm thinking maybe we put this one here, but we shrink it to oblivion. I need like a little dot. Can you even make a little dot? Well, this could work as a little dot. If you just make this super tiny and put it inside here, inside the eye, and we hold shift to make it go a little inside. And you're gonna get this in the painting. I'm gonna make the window white and make the little circle in it black. You see, that kind of looks like an eye, right? Yeah, let's just say it does, huh? And then we copy it and do it again for the other sides. This side, it goes in the middle. I appreciate how it also copies the little dot inside of it. And that is for the eyes. I believe in the correct order of things as well. If this image that I have isn't lying, that is. Now it's time for the last part, and that is coloring of it. It has like a very subtly yellow, or not yellow, pale. No, mind, gray. See here, something like this. Yeah, that could work. And the corners are kind of yellowish. Well, a little darker than this. You know what would have been a smart thing to do? It would have been very smart to have colored these first, then I would have copied them. It would have saved me a lot of time in coloring, but I mean, whatever. It's only saving like a few seconds, so it doesn't really matter. Also, don't mind how this part is white as well and not red. Limitations of Spore. Never forget. Well, I am actually kind of not disappointed with this one. This looks alright. I'm gonna name it Cooler Meat. No, capital M. Meat Jail. There. That looks alright for a flesh panopticon. Like, let me go back at this. Man, that looks terrible. There's a little gremlin, and then we have this. It's obviously way better. I mean, it kind of matches lore-wise, to be honest, because obviously the jail for Sisyphus Prime, which is a greater force than Minos Prime, has to be obviously better. So if you're gonna go off that, then this makes total sense. Okay, well, I'm gonna save this and leave. Honestly, I don't know why I didn't make the 2 prisons sooner. Like, as soon as I made the 2 prime souls, it would have been better that way. But anyways, we move closer to making the entirety of ULTRAKILL in Spore, one video at a time. If I actually do manage to complete this whole series, I am going to have a playthrough of Spore with everything ULTRAKILL. That's right. We're gonna go explore the world and we're gonna see shit like Not an Insurrectionist or this budget Maurice. It's gonna be so funny. So, if you got this far in this video, guys, thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you liked it, or maybe even comment or subscribe if you want to see more of these videos. And I will see you in the next video. Take care.